and turn that little bell on. That way you don't miss a single video. So today we're actually doing a virtual collab with another YouTuber named Christina Quinn. Now she is such an amazing person. She's so sweet. She's also doing a video on black-eyed children. So definitely make sure to check out that video and subscribe to her channel as well. And I will drop her channel link right down below for you guys. So as you guys saw on the title of this video, we are discussing black-eyed children. Now black-eyed children are actually very eerie, very creepy, and very interesting. So they usually appear at night, and they may be wearing normal clothes or white nightgowns. They might knock on your door or also be seen approaching your car. Now these children don't look threatening because, you know, they're children. They want to get into your house or your car, and they will be very persistent. But then suddenly you look at these children and you notice something's not right at them, or not right about them. And then you look again and their eyes are completely black. So there's no white, no color, just all black. Now black-eyed children are an urban legend of paranormal creatures that resemble children between the ages of 6 and 16 years old. Now these creatures have been seen hitchhiking, panhandling, and very commonly at the doorsteps of a home. Anybody who encounters these children automatically feel this immense amount of dread. Now, besides their blacked out eyes, they appear to be completely normal. Sometimes their attire might be outdated, and in extremely uncommon cases, they have talon-like feet. Now, conspiracy theorists believe that they are actually aliens trying to reach their home planets. Demonologists believe that they are children of the devil himself, and by letting these children in, you're actually welcoming the devil into your home and into your life, which is something you don't want to do. Now, they want to enter your home to call their parents. However, when you look into their eyes, because of the blacked out eyes, it seems like they have something much more sinister in mind. Some people have claimed that these children have existed since the 1980s. However, most sources say that the legend originated in 1996, which, fun fact, that's the year I was born. But most sources say that it originated in 1996 in a post written by a Texas reporter named Brian Bethel. Now, Brian Bethel was actually the very first person to ever document his experiences and cases with black-eyed children. He wrote about 2 different encounters with black-eyed children. So one of the stories goes, so it's in a snowy town within the middle of nowhere in Vermont. An elderly couple heard the sound of 3 loud knocks on their door. They opened the door and saw 2 children, a boy and a girl. Parents will be here soon. May we come in? The children did not make eye contact, and they just stood there in the doorway. The elderly couple were very hesitant to let them in, but eventually decided to. The kids settled down on the couch while the wife made some hot cocoa and the husband asked them plenty of questions that remained unanswered. The wife returned and noticed that her cat was very scared and angry at the children. May we please use the restroom? The wife looked at the kids and she finally saw them. The children's eyes were completely black. She directed them to the bathroom and returned to her husband, who was covering his face with his hands. You see their eyes? The husband then showed her his hand filled with blood from a nosebleed. Power suddenly went out, and they were confronted by the kid's voice at the end of the hallway saying, "Our parents are here." The kids then exited the house and left the door wide open. Then the wife noticed that there were 2 men at the end of the driveway. The men were tall and slender. The wife waved at the men, but they did not return the gesture, and the men and the children left in a car. After they left, the power then came back on, and in the next couple of weeks following the encounter with the children, weird things happened. 3 out of 4 of their cats went missing, and the 4th cat they found dead in a pool of its own blood. The husband continued to have nosebleeds and finally went to a doctor and was diagnosed with aggressive skin cancer. Now, another one of his stories actually include his encounter with the black-eyed children. Now, on January 16th, 1998, Brian left his apartment in Abilene, Texas for the drop box to pay his internet bill. Now, on the way, he stopped at a dollar movie theater and used the light from the theater to make out his check. So, as he did this, there was a knock on the window, and he saw 2 young boys. He placed them around 10 to 14 years of age, and he described boy number 1 as slightly taller than the other boy, wearing a pullover hoodie with a sort of gray checkered pattern and jeans, and he couldn't see the boy's shoes. His skin was olive colored. He had curly, medium-length brown hair. And Brian said that the boy exuded some, air of quiet confidence. Now, boy number 2 had pale skin with a trace of freckles, and his primary characteristic seemed to be just looking around nervously. He was dressed in a similar manner as the other boy, except his hoodie was a light green color, and his hair was sort of a pale orange. Now, almost immediately, Bethel felt a sense of fear. The first boy began to tell Bethel that they needed his help. They wanted to see the new Mortal Kombat movie, but they left their money at home, so they wanted a ride to their house to pick up their money. Instead of asking for the money itself, which is, I guess maybe they grew up thinking that, it was wrong to ask for money, so asking for a ride was better, but still it's a little strange. The first boy continued asking, saying things like, "Come on, mister, we just want to go to our house, and we're just 2 little boys," and "Come on, mister, let us in. We can't get in the car until you do. Just let us in. And we'll be gone before you know it. We'll go to our mother's house." And Brian Bethel found himself unlocking the door as if, the boy was commanding him to do so. So when he noticed this, he grabbed his arm and he locked the door again. And he looked at the children with a new perspective, and that is when he noticed their eyes. So their eyes were, of course, a solid black. And all of the stories about meeting black-eyed kids is things get kind of dangerous when you realize their eyes. So the second boy continued to stand there completely still and silent while the other boy threatened him, saying things like, "We won't hurt you. You have to let us in. We don't have a gun." According to Bethel, the boy was implying that they didn't need a gun. He started pulling at the door, demanding to be let into the car. So then Bethel pushed his car in reverse and sped home. Now, the kids normally come in groups of 2 or more. They're usually not by themselves, and they often ask for favors. The favor could be to make a phone call, to get a ride, to come in and get something to eat, or to just use the bathroom. Their voices can be monotonous, and they may have high-pitched giggles. The advice is to usually ignore them. Walk away from them if you encounter them on the street. Now, reports of them spiked in 2013, but nobody has any physical evidence of encounters with them. But no hoaxers have been caught either. The encounters will also take place along with at night, but it's usually the night of a storm as well. Now, there is one more theory on what the black-eyed children are, and it actually comes from the book, Your Haunted Lives, The Black-Eyed Kids. Now, in this book, so the kids may be something called Atkan, spoken of ancient Iroquois. Indian legends. Now, the Iroquois Indians, they believed in a dark power called the Akan that could literally take over children, and an evil one that would mate with females in order to produce these black-eyed kids. Now, these children were often killed by the tribe as soon as they were born, which I can't imagine ever hurting the children, but they had very strong beliefs that these kids would be evil and work for the evil one, which would technically be, I guess, their father. And these children were also burned to stop them from resurrecting. Now, children wandering the woods alone could also be taken by the Akan and would reemerge with black eyes and pale skin, acting very nervously while repeating themselves over and over. Now, their goal was to destroy the tribe and infect everybody with the Akan. Now, I have one more black-eyed children's story to share, and this one's kind of a short one. This one states, I looked through the peephole. Outside were 2 kids. Had it not been for the feeling of overwhelming dread and fear, I probably would have asked these children in and given them something like tea or hot chocolate to get them out of the bitter cold. Something about them seemed off. The older one spoke. She had a voice that was a mature, confident, strong, and accentless. She held her head tilted downward, and I couldn't see her eyes. She said, "We have to use your phone." I stood there frozen in fear. How did she know I was there? She raised her head to face me directly, and that's when I saw her eyes. The reason I couldn't see them through her bangs. They were black. They were otherworldly. She said, "Our mother is worried." So, black-eyed children are definitely very creepy. And when I first mentioned them to Jeff, I was like, we can't let them in if we see them. And he said something along the lines of like, do you think you really want in because they're children? It's like, well, you have to look at their eyes. And he's like, well, what if they're looking down? Like, what if they don't show you? And I was like, you have to look at their eyes. And especially with, having Sebastian, I wouldn't want to put him in danger in any way. So, definitely err on the side of caution, even though I love children so much. And I think that's kind of why they're disguised as children, or they are children, because children are innocent. They're so innocent. And I think it makes it harder for people to say no to them. I don't know what I believe that they are. They have some traits, similar traits to like demons, where demons can't enter your home without being invited in. And that's pretty similar to the black-eyed children. However, they are very otherworldly, so I am one of those people that believe aliens are already here. So I could definitely see them being aliens. And the Akan was a theory that I didn't, I knew the other 2 theories. Didn't know that one until I started researching for this video. So that one was actually very interesting to me. But I want to know what you guys think. What you guys believe that the black-eyed children are. And if you guys have ever had an encounter with one. There are a ton of different encounters all over the internet. They're just they're so eerie. If you liked this video, please give a big thumbs up. And if you have not subscribed yet, make sure to hit that subscribe button. And again, if you guys could go over and check out Christina's YouTube and her channel and watch her video on the black-eyed kids, I know that she would absolutely love that. And I hope that you guys have an amazing rest of your day, and I will see you next time. Bye!